Okay, hello. It's me again. Oh crap. Basically, I just wanted to give an update. Like I said, I'm gonna do this like week to week to week, or whenever I can. Basically, I have been trying to get a little farther in my self revelation. Um, I kept hitting like a brick wall all the time in terms of like, so first I figured out that I was a hypocrite in terms of my hypocrisy. If you'd seen my other video about self reflection, you'd understand where I'm coming from with that. Realistically, as I keep going with this, I started finally realizing that I just have to let things go. It's one of the hardest things for me to do. And I mean, let things go and like, realizing that everything around me in the physical is all kind of pointing towards one direction in order to teach me something. So after I learned about hypocrisy, I started realizing that I was always being put in situations in my physical life, either through work or through friends or through whatever, all kind of guiding me into one direction. And realistically, it was to help me realize my self worth. Um, like I was noticing that, like at work, I wasn't doing as well as I should be doing. I was too nervous, too impatient, and people kept coming up to me saying, "Why are you so nervous? Why are you so nervous? Why are you so nervous?" My friends were always mentioning to me, and they're like, "Hey, you're not really acting yourself like how you usually are. You're always like bright and exuberant and like." I started feeling like everything around me was kind of pointing to this idea that I was being more nervous and less sure of who I was. And like I said, I was going on Ashtar Command. That's one of the new sites that I've joined. Like I said, I was trying to meet new people, meet new friends, meet new fellow path walkers, I guess. And it really helped me meeting this one lady. She was about, I think she's like maybe in her late 50s. And she said that my name on the site itself was a reflection of who I thought I was because I had put myself as misfit. And she's like, I don't know why. She's like, you have very strong energy. She's like, you kind of negatively put yourself in a position where you will hit pitfalls. Like, by me putting misfit showed how I felt about my self awareness, and it's true. Like, what everything she said was on point. Like, I've been in this standstill in a sense, like, I'm not going here and I'm not going there. I'm kind of just here and I'm really, 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 really frustrated. Um, so I took what she said to, internally and I processed it and I was like, you know what? It's exactly what she's saying. Like, I have been putting like a huge pressure on myself to achieve something and I'm not even aware of what I'm supposed to achieve. So I kept putting it in parameters of like, oh, I've got to get here by this time and here by that time. And it's always been like I try, and then it's like nothing arrives. And then I try, and nothing arrives. And um, her inspirative message was just to say, hey, like, you're not a misfit. If you trust your gut, like, you know what you're trying to get across. Maybe your name should reflect, how you feel. And it was true. I did feel misguided and I felt like a misfit. Like, I don't fit with the people that are kind of accelerated on their path. And I didn't kind of feel like the lost people. So it's like I kind of felt like in the middle. And so I really used what she said as an inspiration for my meditation last night. And finally, for the first time in a lot, like ever, I was able to astral travel. So by just really trusting and like saying, you know what, forget it. I have to put myself on the line no matter how scared I am. I'm going to actually brave this. like for me, I've seen different methods online. What I find is the best for me is that before I go to bed or right before I go to bed, I'll be lying in bed and I will ask to go out of my body. And I find that for me, like I've seen different methods, like where people say they meditate and they think about colors or they think about seeing light, or or they go through a tunnel. For me, it was actually, it's always been kind of different. I always chicken out at the last second. What happens with me is that I always am aware, I can see, and then I kind of feel like I'm paralyzed. I can't move. I feel like there's a raising and something is rushing at me. Like a person is coming at me, and I feel threatened because I can't move. But for the first time, I told myself that I wanted to come out, and I closed my eyes because I didn't want to see myself come out because I was in fear that this energy rushing at me would scare me, or I would see a because before I've actually seen like figures. So when I see the figures, they kind of scare me back into myself. This time I was actually able, I just like I told them like I don't want to see it, I don't want to see it. So I actually got out first, and then I started going. And it was just like go go. It was like it felt kind of like a roller coaster, kind of like that fear you have when you're like tick 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 tick, and you get to the top and you're like, okay, I'm gonna come out, and then you're like, ah, and you come out. It's so awesome, like so awesome. I can honestly say I don't know what I was so scared of. Like I know that I was scared of myself. I didn't trust myself. I kept thinking something could attack me, or I don't know what I was thinking. And it was so cool to go through walls. That's all I have to say. It was like so cool. Oh, I was just like ecstatic when I woke up today. I was like, for the first time in my whole time of trying to do this, I finally had the courage within myself to say, you know what, let's just brave this. You know, like no matter how scared I've been, and I mean, I'm a chicken shit. I can't even watch scary movies. So for me, this was like such a huge monumental moment for me. And I know that it was just my first time, and I have so many more missions to go on. But it was just cool, just like going down to the neighborhood Boys and Girls Club, and just like kind of being in there and like going through the wall, going back through the wall, going to the change room, getting out of the change. I don't know why I went there. Of all the places I could go, it's like right around the corner from my house. But yeah, I just want to say that honestly, if you can just really try really hard to just suck it up and just brave it, it is honestly one of the most awesome things to just really, you can ask to just not be present of the exiting and the entering, because that can be a little shaky. I mean, some of you have already understood what it's like to enter, because like if you've ever had any type of lucid dreams, and let's say you're ever in fear that you're going to die in one of your dreams, you'll tend to like stunt yourself right back in. But that's why it's kind of scary, like to stunt yourself out and stunt yourself in. I don't know, and now I figured out the smooth exit, without seeing it, without uh, like dealing with all that scary stuff of like seeing other entities like while you're doing it. It kind of, if like for me, it was just close, like telling myself, I don't want to be aware, and then I got out, and then I was gone. I was like, yeah, I finally did it. So I just want to say it is possible. Trust me, if you've been trying and you've been failing, I have been failing for years because of my fear. And honestly, I feel like an idiot. I feel like, not an idiot, I just feel like now that if I could talk to my past self and say, hey, like really just do it, it's really one of the most coolest things I've ever done, like ever. Like I don't even, I think the only thing that could be more exhilarating is like diving off a cliff and like knowing you're not gonna hit a rock. Like I just I don't know how others advise, but for me, it's just asking. You know, like while you're like in not sleeping. Like for me, I can't sleep and do it. I have to be awake, and it's like I'm at that point where I'm about to drift off to sleep, but I'm still aware. Like I could still see everything in my room, and you just shut your eyes for that 1 second, and you say, you know what, I'm ready to come out. And it's like when your subconscious like leaves your conscious, and instead of you going in the direction of dreaming, you go out because you're still awake. And I just wanted to share that because like, oh, it is just the one big, you know, mountain that I just climbed. Like, oh, I just had to put that out there. And for all of you that are trying to do it, it can be done. And I just, yeah, I just had to share that. Okay. Talk to you next time. Bye.